me. So.
All right, everybody. Welcome to a special Friday night edition of Talking Iowa Hawkeye Sports. We're doing it because I didn't want to wait till Sunday to discuss a game that was played 2 days ago. Okay? And we're already late to the party because I've seen more podcasts and more stories out there and all the sights and sounds about the football game that we won. However, we are going to get to that. I want to leave room for all things football. So first, I want to recap the women's game, preview their game with Northwestern, and then we'll preview the men's game tomorrow with UCLA, and then we will move into football talk. So first of all, let's get with it. The women beat Northwestern yesterday. Nebraska. They're playing Northwestern next. They're playing. God, you got me all caught up. Okay, so they beat Nebraska by 10 points, and they were actually a little bit further ahead than that. I think they were ahead by 13 late in the game, and then I think they hit a three-pointer or something. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. The matter part is that we won, and the biggest thing I took away from that game is what's her first name? Prince? Something Prince?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't
I don't know. I think she's called the artist now known as Prince.
Okay. That's pretty good. She's
awesome. She's from Omaha. She's from here.
That's why she's a big Nebraska fan. That's why nobody can get her to go anywhere.
I think her mother's like a coach or something.
Yeah. All I know is from what she did yesterday, she is one of the top 4 or 5 players in the league, in my opinion. There's no doubt about it.
She's an all-around player. She rebounds, plays defense, strong, Yeah,
and she can score any way she wants to. Anyhow, kind of like Caitlin Clark. She can score any way she wants to score or assist or rebound. And so, but yeah, that's what I took away from it. That was too much of her in the early going. And so I just kind of I felt, and you guys saw that, I felt like Nebraska was more superior to us than that. But once we took Prince out of the equation in the second half, as Jason said would happen, is Nebraska wasn't any better than we are without Prince doing the things. And our defense stepped up in the second half and just really, really shut her down. And that's all it took. If they weren't able to shut her down, we probably would have lost by double digits that game, in my personal opinion. And so that's where I'm at right. What?
It was a nail biter. I mean, there was less than 5 minutes to go, and it was tied. And then Iowa made a run.
70 to 70.
Thank God.
Yep. It was tied 70 to 70. But going back on what you said,
go ahead.
Paul, you look good. Your face is so small. You're so skinny now. You don't have cheeks anymore. I got my cheeks. Where'd yours go? Like I said, one thing Prince has to do is find a way to be more consistent. That's all. Like against USC, what I told you in the first half was against USC, she disappeared and they lost to USC at Nebraska. She literally disappeared in the second half. And I said, if she does the same thing here, Iowa's going to win going away. Now, other players played better in the second half against Iowa than they did USC. Even though they only lost by 8 against USC, they were actually But that last 5 minutes for Iowa, Nebraska just forgot how to play in a lot of ways. They were stuck on 70 for ever before they hit free throws. I don't think they had a field goal. I think they hit free throws, if I remember right.
I think you're right. The announcers did say that they went a long spell with only free throws to show on their score. But let's just get this way. I mean, some of the girls that hurt us early in the game, Jessica Petrie, she had 17 points, 5 rebounds. I'm sorry, and Eliza Mopin had 12 points, and then Brett Prince, that's her first name, had 27 points. Nobody else with anything else significant. But that Petrie, I can remember them calling her name quite a bit. And so,
she was hitting threes from. I think she's another Australian girl, but she was hitting threes from deep. She was hitting pretty good. I don't know what she shoots on the season.
Okay,
their second best player, who is like, she might have been freshman of the year 2 years ago at Nebraska. She tore up her knee last year, and she still isn't back yet. I don't know if her name's Potts or something like that.
Potts. Yeah. It is Potts. Yep.
Yeah. I made sure I got a picture.
I didn't know she was still.
So anyhow, oh darn it. Hang on. I'm using my tablet tonight, and it doesn't do like my cell phone does. It continually goes off. But I just wanted to point out that Petrie was 3 from 8 from 3-point land. Mopin, who had 11 rebounds, I think it's Mopin, was 4 for 7 overall, 1 for 3 from 3-point land. Brett Prince was 10 for 18 overall with 2 for 4 in the 3-point land. So they were 6 for 20 overall. So they actually, what is that? Less than 30%, right?
That is 30% exactly.
Okay.
Right on the money.
Okay. All right.
They're batting 300.
Yep. Free throws, they went 12 for 15 as a team. Fisher and Prince went perfect at the free throw line. Our girls, Hannah Stokey with 21, Aiden Hyven with 18, 7 rebounds, and we don't want to forget Stokey's 10 rebounds. She's a rebounding machine, even if she doesn't always score like we would like her to. She is a rebounding machine.
Stokey's issue is only her personality. She is so nice that she doesn't want to act like she's the star. But I think what we're seeing, and if I remember right, Jan said something about it, but she's starting to understand that it's okay to take over, to do stuff. Like, she was just so timid, even though she's a senior, but her personality, she's just too nice. She just doesn't want to step on any toes. She doesn't want to act like she's really good. Like, she was wanting Ava to do everything. And like, she's just too nice of a person. And now Jan, she said that she's starting to realize she can take control. I mean, it's okay. You're the big dog on the team, you know, even though there's other good players. So I think that's what you're seeing.
I think the biggest stat from Hannah Stokey yesterday, because she always is a rebounding machine, and she's very capable of scoring in the 20, so she got her 21 points, was that she'd been struggling at the free throw line all year, and she went 7 for 7 at the free throw line yesterday. I mean, what do you think about that?
No, I think that's a part of the mental makeup. It's just in her mind. Her mind wasn't. I think she's going to get better and better as the year goes now. I mean, she's just starting to get more comfortable with the players on the team. I mean, hell, they're all young. Like, all the players are young except for number 4? I can never pronounce her name. And
Feuerbach and McCabe.
McCabe. Yeah, McCabe, the pitcher you just had up there. But Chit Chat's a sophomore. But yeah, those are the only 3 upperclassmen, if I remember right. So it's a very young team.
It is. So most of them are sophomores and freshmen.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Stolke is I think she's just feeling like now she's like, okay, we can do this, and mentally she's better. She's in the game more.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about Kyle wanted to say, don't forget about Chit Chat. I was just about ready to bring her up. 24 points. 11 for 12 shooting. 3 for 5.
She only had 3 assists.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is right there. All right. I'm sorry. 11 for 12 at the free throw line. So she only missed 1. 3 for 5 from 3-point land. And then 5 for 12 overall for her shooting, 39 minutes. Addie Deal only played 5 minutes this game. And she was on field goals. She was 0 for 1, which was her lone 3-point attempt. And nothing else. There's no other stats for Addie Deal. And did you guys
turnovers? Except turnovers. That's why she didn't play.
Jan did not play the bench at all yesterday, except when we got in foul trouble. She put Houston, and it must have been her strategy or something. Because
Houston played 14 minutes.
I know that. I was just going to say, you look at the minutes played. Houston was the only one off the bench who got more than 10 minutes, and that's because Hannah and Ava got in foul trouble, and of course Feuerbach wasn't around, but
go ahead, Paul.
Well, yeah, this is actually crazy stats right here. Paul, were you trying to say something?
Yeah,
he's waving. He's waving.
I can't see him because it's you guys are all little in my box right now.
Dean's got us so small I can't see a damn thing.
I don't have it small. They have it small.
Who's they?
They is StreamYard. It's their stuff. I don't have any control over it.
Well, we were big there for a while. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, we did have the Alaskan girl. I can't come up with her name.
Layla Hayes.
Layla off the bench, and then Feuerbach didn't play because of injury. So we were already into the bench with our starters.
Yeah. And they took out Addie Deal after she had 2 turnovers. She walked one time, and then she made a bad throw, and then they took her out. So I don't know if that was planned, but she just
Addie Deal had actually 3 turnovers total. I looked.
Okay. Yeah, she was turning the ball over like crazy.
Yeah. Did you guys notice during a timeout during that last 5 minutes? She was just standing there, looked like she was very, very angry about something.
Well, she was probably angry at herself.
Could be.
She's probably
I hope that's all it is. Yeah.
It is. You don't have to go negative.
I saw her cheering her ass off every big play, like on Stremlo's steal for the layup at the end of the game. I seen Addie jumping up and down over there in the whole bench.
Oh my God. Yeah, gosh darn, that was good.
Addie got the talking that freshmen get. They just talked to her, said you just got to be more careful with the ball. We can't afford turnovers. But what's her name? Who I can't remember names tonight. I'm having brain therapy.
Mulaney?
No, the one that
Journey Houston.
Kelvin just said, or before that, the one with the 8 assists. They had the ball in her hands. Stremlo. Yeah, she was a passing machine. She had 8 assists. She did really well.
And she started for Feuerbach.
8 assists, 8 points. And McCabe had 9 points, 2 assists. Yeah, a rarity for McCabe. She actually had, I think, 2 baskets with 2 points, and
that's a
rarity.
Paul again, Paul.
I also think, going back to Hannah for a moment, some of it is she's learning how to play differently this year, whereas in years past she was she was working the post, and she has more freedom of movement now. in the role that she has, and I think she's adapting to it a little bit.
That's a valid point too. Yeah, she's playing the 4 now. She's not playing the 5. 100% correct. Yeah. But the thing for me is the defense. Did you see when they went to player defense? Holy cow. 1-on-1, and they played unbelievably defense. They were shutting Nebraska down in the second half with their player defense. So that was another thing that helped them, finally, because there was a while when both teams didn't score.
Yeah.
And then Iowa started scoring,
And by the way, I mean, Nebraska came out with their hair on fire.
Yeah, that's what scared Dean.
Like a 12-2 lead to open the game or something. And
yeah, right there was the end of the game for Dean. That's when we started getting messages. that was the end for Dean. Dean said, "This is over. Nebraska is just way too good for Iowa." The first 5 minutes of the first quarter. Oh, that's it.
Well,
it's over.
I think we got down 10. I think we got down as much as 13 at one point.
Yeah, probably.
Before we turned it around. By that time, I think in the first quarter alone, Britt Prince had 15 points. But she was doing everything, and it's just like, but I had blinders on because all I saw was Prince just killing us, thinking that the whole team was better than we are. It's just her. We probably don't have anybody yet on the team as talented as her. We will, but I mean, right now we don't.
Was it normal that neither team had names on their jerseys?
What's that?
Was it normal that neither team had names on their jerseys?
I didn't even notice.
I'm not sure.
I didn't notice that either.
I don't know. There we go. There's actual people on here now. So I ain't kidding you with my eyes from the treatments. It was like hurting my eyes to even watch.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna get you for your birthday. I'm gonna buy you a tablet so you can at least do it on the tablet and get a little bigger screen in your eye.
Save your money, Dean.
You won't use it?
I don't need anything, so
okay. All righty.
Very lucky in life. So
Kyle says he hopes Paul gets his voice back. Paul, is that from screaming at the TV at all the bowl games in Iowa all weekend?
Sure, we'll call it that.
I thought it was sounds like Paul's normal voice to me.
Yeah.
He's kind of gravelly voice guy, And he's a thinker. He's a thinking man. He's like Socrates or something.
Yeah. He's been to too many tiki bars or whatever those things are called.
Oh yeah.
Remember you told me, I thought they were just regular stuff and you knew everything about them.
You guys remember on this Nebraska game that we won, they're the only team in the Big Ten that we play twice, and we're going to be going to Nebraska, and it will not be easy again. So. And Pats may be back after a year and a half rehabilitation. You never know. They keep saying she's day to day, and but anyway.
Okay.
By the way, Nebraska's women, their team's got some good-looking girls.
Here we go. I like their head coach.
She's not bad looking either.
Oh, that's hilarious. No more Gabby. So now we got to go to another team.
Oh, good. When you got Chit Chat and Kylie on the team, are you crazy? You don't have to go to any other team. But.
Illinois' head coach, Arizona State's head coach. There's a lot of them out there. You need to look up Arizona State, though. Yeah, that's another level.
And we're kind of going on a certain level right now. So
Yeah, let's not devolve too much. My bad.
That's
Alrighty.
fine. I'm waiting for Dean to get this thing going. We're
Okay.
just
All right. We're gonna
using up
put the Iowa-Nebraska game to bed. We're gonna move on and check out Northwestern.
blowout.
I'm going to tell you something. I wouldn't consider a blowout coming from them. They
They're the
are
worst
6-8. They're 6-8, and they're on an 8-game losing streak. Okay. Here is their losses. I took a chance to take out their losses. They lost to Missouri 85-70, Kansas 74-62, Ohio State 79-70. Utah, they were blown out 69-66. I mean 91-66. Loyola Chicago, they lost by 1 point, 69-68. George Washington, they lost 75-62. Washington, they lost 94-73. I would call that a blowout. In Oregon, they lost 87-54, another blowout. So they've come up against some pretty good, solid teams, and but they've lost 8 in a row. They started the season out 6-0, and but they're going to be on BTN January 5th, Monday, 7:30 Central Time start. Iowa leads the series 62-18. We've won 5 straight, and Northwestern, not only they're 6 for 8, but they're also 0-3 in the Big Ten, and the bottom 5 teams are 0-3, including Indiana, which shocked me.
Indiana is awful. Not as bad as Northwestern, but they're awful.
They've had transfers all over the country. One of their awesome 3-point shooters transferred to Maryland.
Right.
Like if you didn't see them play,
and I think one of Nebraska's players was a Northwestern transfer too.
Yeah. When
we played the other day.
Okay. So anyway, Indiana, Northwestern, Penn State, Purdue, and Rutgers are all 0-3. Iowa, Illinois, and UCLA and USC. Well, the first 3 are 3-0. USC's only played 2 games, so they're 2-0. But those are the only 4 undefeated teams in the Big Ten. We won't talk about that until later. So I just wanted to throw that out there because I am surprised that Maryland and Michigan State and Ohio State all have losses. I didn't see that coming. Anyway, wait a minute here. I wanted to talk about some of the girls that they had on Northwestern. Grace Sullivan, Taylor Thompson, Casey Harder, Xamia Walton, Caroline Lau, Tate Nash. Those are their big guns. And their numbers aren't overly impressive anywhere.
They've lost 8 in a row. How impressive do you think they're going to be?
Yeah, I think they're big guns this year. I think their big guns this year are actually pea shooters, but I could be wrong. You go ahead with your big stat rundown in Northwestern, Dean. I'll wake me up when you're done.
I don't have any more Northwestern stats. I forgot to get them.
That's good.
However, I wanted to give you guys. I just like while we're on women's basketball, I wanted to show you guys a little bit about where Iowa ranks in the NCAA and the Big Ten on some stats. Like the win-loss percentage, it's 85, almost 86%. That ranks 21 in NCAA. They rank 5th in the Big. Their assist level is 21.9. That ranks 4th in the Big Ten, and 2nd in the Big Ten and 4th in the national level. God, I hope I'm reading theirs. The women's. That's the women's. Assist to ratio 1.4. That's 17 and 5. Block shots at 3.3. They're 157th in block shots and 14th in the Big Ten. So We got to pick up the block shots. Our girls are going to get more aggressive, I guess.
Gotta quit the turnovers. Nebraska ain't a very a great defensive team, so we probably didn't have a lot of turnovers last game, but the turnovers is what we're bad at.
Yeah,
I agree,
okay.
Kyle.
Would you like
Illinois is.
Yeah. Okay. One big thing here is the turnovers. 15.1 a game. We rank 110th in the nation and 11th in the Big Ten. Steals 8.9, 156 and 10. 3-point goals made 7.6, 77 and 6. 3-point percentage 36.7, 28 and 4. Guys, 3%. Guys, how bad do you think our 3-point defense is? It's bad?
Yeah, it's bad. I think they play better in man-to-man. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not man-to-man. It's player-to-player.
Yeah. Yeah. They're ranked 228th in the nation, and they've given up 31 3-pointers, I guess. And they rank 15th in the Big Ten. Our leaders this year in assists is Strimlow. She ranks 117th and 13th. Assist to turnover, Feuerbach and Wright have they're tied for Iowa, but they're ranked 23rd and 68th. I don't know why. Hayden for double doubles has 5, and she's ranked 29 and 2. Field goal percentage, Hayden and Stokey, 64.8, 56.3. Hayden 5th and 2, 5 and 2, and Stokey 32 and 6. Rebounding, Stokey and Hayden again. They're ranked 73 and 1. So Stokey's number 1 in the Big Ten. Hayden's number 8 in the Big Ten and 126 nationally. McCabe for 3 points made she's made 37. She's 41 and 5. 3-point percentage. Wright is 49.1. She's 9 and 3. McCabe is 40.2, 81 and 13. So I won't bore you guys with any more stats. The men have a huge game against UCLA. Let's move on to UCLA tomorrow.
I want to mention that Journey Houston is by far our best rebounder per minute player. She just don't get to. She probably averages like 6 rebounds a game, and she only plays like 8 to 10 minutes. But
I'm also curious what our strength of schedule is to this point, because I mean we've played UConn, we've played Iowa State, we've played
Baylor,
Nebraska.
So I mean, like, had we played lesser competition, maybe some of our players would have better national numbers. I don't know, but
no, you're right. But that's why Iowa's net ranking for the women is 10. They're 10th in the country in their net ranking, which is what they use in the tournament, right? So they're higher than what their AP is ranked or whatever coaches poll is ranked. And so is the men. The men who we're about to talk about, their net ranking is 12th because of their strength of schedule as well, I suppose, and the way they dominate games. There's a lot of things that go into the net ranking.
Yeah, one thing about the net rankings, they will change drastically when the SEC starts playing each other. Those teams like LSU and who hadn't played anybody until like last night, they got beat by Kentucky. Yeah. When they start playing, then big power teams start playing each other. If it's a close game, both of them will go up in the net rankings ridiculously.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, they will, because their strength of schedule will go way up. The SEC is like a very deep, good women's basketball.
Yeah. All right, guys. So let's move on to the men. They play UCLA tomorrow, 5 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. my time. It's on Peacock. So we're going to have a lot of people get mad about that because there's a lot of people not going to Peacock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Peacock
So he says the men play
like
defense. I
$5.99.
haven't seen that defense since Dr. Tom was coaching. What'd you say, Paul?
Peacock is not expensive. It's I think like $5.99 a month or something.
It's gone up.
Yeah.
Mine is $7.99 now, but I've had it since it was like $3.99.
Yeah. By the way, Dr. Tom's
Something-
defense was nothing compared to this defense. It was like he played a 2-3 zone all the time, gave up 3-pointer after 3-pointer after 3-pointer after 3-pointer. But anyway,
But they
Okay,
play
so-
defense. His point was, Kelvin, is they play defense. We haven't seen this
they
kind of
press,
defense.
they press. That's about it. Alford's teams probably played better man-to-man defense and tighter defense, but anyway.
Okay.
By
wanted
the
to
way,
find-
I'm pissed about this Peacock because I've been waiting all my life for storied UCLA. We'd go play them on neutral courts when I was a kid. Ralph Miller beat them twice when they were like the number one ranked team. And then Lute went and played them. And then they were supposed to come back and play us, and Raveling was afraid of any schedule that was where you played anybody non-conference, so he canceled it. This was the first time that UCLA was going to come to Iowa City, and then it's on Peacock.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
Kelvin, I think I didn't write it down, but I think we last played UCLA and we beat them in 1990 at Carver.
Really?
I'll double check that to make sure, but 1990 was the last time we played UCLA and it was a win.
Oh, I apologize for being wrong.
Yeah, we're 2-0 at home against UCLA.
When we're wrong now, we're supposed to apologize on here. So
Yeah. I'm sorry. Guys, I'm gonna throw out a trivia question to you about UCLA. What is Iowa's all-time record against UCLA in basketball?
I'd say Ralph Miller beat him twice. Anybody want to guess before me?
I'll say 4-4.
I don't have a clue.
I'll say. I was gonna say 4-4, but he stole it. I'll go 6-4.
Well, both you and Paul were very close. It was 5-4. I was actually shocked because I was shocked that we only played them 9 times total, and the other thing was I was actually shocked that, given their reputation, that we actually had a winning record against them.
Yeah. John Wooden would play Iowa, played us a couple 3 times, but John Wooden, whenever he played, and he didn't expect you to come to UCLA and play on his home court, but we'd play him in St. Louis, in Kansas City, and it'd be a national game. And by golly, Ralph Miller upset him twice. That was like pretty cool beans.
Okay, so one thing about UCLA, they are currently 10-3, 2-0 in the Big Ten. They've won 3 straight. Their 2 Big Ten wins are against Washington, 82-80, and Oregon, 74-62.
Okay.
I seen they lost to Gonzaga by like 8, maybe, or something. But.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to go over that. Their 3 losses are to, and this team, they're way better than their 3 losses. They lost to Arizona, 69-65. I believe they're the number 1 ranked team right now, aren't they? Arizona? Or am I wrong?
I don't know.
Okay. If anybody who's watching can tell me that, I think they're number 1. Cal, they lost to 80-72, and Gonzaga 82-72. They've got 4 players averaging in double figures. Oh, they allow the fewest points in the Big Ten at 60.1. I believe Iowa was 4th in that category. I have to go back and look. But yeah, we're not in too shabby shape there either because of our defense. Let's see what else they got. Oh, yeah. And then let me show you about the 4 players that we got to watch for. Sky Clark at 14.2. He has 33 3-pointers. He shoots at a 49% clip on 3-pointers. Donovan Dent averages 12.6, 6.6 assists, 1.1 steals a game. No, I'm sorry, 1.6 steals a game. Eric Daly Jr., 10.6, 5.6 rebounds. Okay, I'm sorry. I made that mistake. Iowa's the one giving up the 60.1 points a game. UCLA's given up 68.9 and holding teams to 42% shooting. UCLA averages 81.7 a game, 48, almost 49%, and then almost 40% on the free 3-point line. Okay. They also have a guy. Did I only do the first 3 guys?
You didn't give the leading scorer guy with a funny name yet.
Leading scorer, according to what I looked at, is Sky Clark at 14.2.
Okay. I thought they had a guy with 18.1 that was like a 6'10" forward, and he shot like 40% from.
I could have overlooked him when I did the stats. I could have overlooked.
They
him.
only got 2 big guys. They play with 3 guards, and then they play with 2 forwards, and both their forwards are great big tall guys, like 6'11" and 6'10", and both them forwards shoot like 40% from 3. I thought that's not possible, but I guess it is.
Okay,
but anyway, big forward, he only averages like 8 points a game. He don't shoot a lot.
Hold on, Dean. Kelvin, you're right. They have a dude named Bill O'Doe who scores 19 points a game.
Yeah, and he hits his 3-pointers.
So that's number 4. That's the 4th guy I couldn't find. That was the 4th guy I couldn't find. I missed him somehow.
Thank God I don't have to apologize on air again. So.
He does. He shoots 46% from 3. 46%.
He's like 6'9" or 10 or something.
Wow. Okay, so he's somebody to watch
6'9". Yep.
All righty. UCLA forces 14.5 turnovers a game. That's second in the Big Ten. They create themselves. I don't understand that stat. I won't even read it. I guess I did it incomplete. Iowa's ranked 23-25 for the first time since November 21st, 2022. I can't believe we've gone that long without being ranked.
And
that must be when we lost the Murray boys. After we must have Murray boys must have left the season before.
Their coach is an unlikable guy, but boy, he coaches defense about like he's a tough nut. He used to coach at Cincinnati.
What's his name? Mickey something. As far as I know, I can't remember.
I don't know. I was going to say Nick Braun or something, but I don't know what his name is. Don't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Bald-headed guy like me, except he ain't as good looking.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go to a commercial. Then we're going to come back and talk all football. See if I can find the commercial. Guys, oh my God, this looks different. I don't know what's going on.
While you're looking for the commercial, I want to tell everybody that they can watch McKenna Wolitzko. She played her first game in well over a year today. With her knee, she only played limited minutes and had like 16 points and 6 rebounds but anyway, there's a stream where you can click on and watch her games at Archbishop Mitty. What?
Mitty.
Yeah.
Archbishop Mitty.
A lot of talented people on her team, and boy, is she the best. So.
Alrighty, guys, I'm gonna go. I finally found my commercial. We'll be right back, guys. Enjoy the commercial. We are part of the Villains Media Network. Thank you, Andrew, for all that you do to help us get on the air and stay on the air. And thank you to Brad and Brandon, whose podcast that they have, Hawkaholics, which I've been on many times, and including this past week.
Yes, we are the rednecks of the podcast sphere.
Yeah.
Good
We are
Lord.
not professionals. We are fans. But I will say,
we can't find our commercials.
Yeah. But Coach and Kelvin really come with a wealth of knowledge, so that helps offset anything dumb I say or do.
Ditto.
Paul gives us comedic relief.
Yeah.
Paul is
Paul. We love our
pretty-
Paul.
Paul is pretty factually correct
Yeah.
most of the
Yes.
time.
Paul has been a busy man this weekend, hobnobbing with former
Paul is
Hawkeyes.
factually.
And so we're going to get former Hawkeye football player John Lazar, who's agreed to do the podcast whenever we can get him to do it. Paul worked that magic for us. And Paul, who else did you find that you were going to try to get on the podcast this weekend that you hobnobbed with?
Well, I may have spoken with one Scott Slutzker a little bit. Good dude. And I chatted a bit with Mr. Edmund Miles, who is a Florida boy. So.
Okay. How did you happen to run into these guys over the weekend? Were you just chatting with them online or?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Now, speaking of the Hawkaholic boys, I want to put this picture up for one reason. Everybody knows that Reese Dakin is leaving, probably for Michigan State if he hasn't already made it official. I just want to say how much this makes me sad. And I know that we're in a new era, but I really like this guy. And I had a chance one of the times I was on the Hawkaholics podcast, and he was a guest there. I mean, he was such a good dude. Well, easy interview. He put you at ease. He had fun. And I really enjoyed my part of the interview with him. And so I'm going to miss this guy. He easily was becoming one of my favorite guys. And when he came to not UCLA, but USC, we had made arrangements that we were going to meet up at a certain spot where the families meet after the game. And unfortunately for me, it rained so hard, I chose not to go to the game that weekend. So I wasn't able to keep my end of the bargain.
That's probably why he transferred.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
He's mad at me, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. All right, guys. I just wanted to put that out there that I'm going to miss this guy, even if I know he only averaged 43 yards a kick this year, but his last two games were his best. 49 against Vanderbilt, and we'll talk about that, and 50 against Nebraska. So he proved that he can do it.
You're not going to have a lot of long punts when the offense doesn't go 3 and out continuously.
Yeah.
He actually, factually, he has the second highest punting average of any punter in the Kirk era.
Okay. I did not know that.
Yeah,
so
they put
Troy
that
Taylor
on.
must have number one.
Yeah. Kind of surprised me, but.
Okay. All right, guys, let's talk quickly. Well, not quickly. We can take as long as we want. Let's talk about the Vanderbilt. We beat Vanderbilt 34-27.
He almost Freudian slipped the loss.
I know it.
He still has that in his brain that we were going to lose the Vandy. He almost said it.
Yeah. You know, the sad thing about it is we led the entire game. We never trailed at any point in that game. And yet I kept thinking that we were going to find a way to lose it like we always do.
Well, it was not a blowout. I mean,
no, it wasn't.
There were so many people always talk about turning points in the game, and these media guys that they wrote articles, they list like 6 plays that the game turned on, and then I'd sit there and think, well, you missed 4. That's how big of a turning points they were in the game. But anyway, glad Iowa won.
Absolutely.
Right on here, Michael Morning.
What's up, Mike?
He's got a crush
Alrighty.
on you.
Okay, so all right, I do want to say I was kind of a negative Nancy throughout the chat, and you guys know that. And so I apologize. I need to learn to just watch the game and let it play out before I pass judgments. And as Jason said, after the fact, because I had picked Iowa to lose 38-24, he said I picked Iowa to give up 38 points in this game to Vanderbilt when Iowa hasn't given up 30 points to anybody all year and that's why when he picked Iowa, and I think Kelvin did too, you guys all picked Iowa to score in the 20s, but also Vanderbilt to score in the 20s. But you all three picked them to win.
28-24 was my final.
What was that?
28-24 was my final. 28-24 was my final. And my message to you was after I watched your podcast with the Hawkeyes, you and Vandy both picked
just
Vanderbilt
about identical score. Yeah.
Scored 38 points. But yet they hadn't given up more than 26 all year to any offense that's better than Vanderbilt's. And then you just said, like they always do, Vanderbilt is not Oregon. Vanderbilt is not Indiana. So that when you say that like they always do, that doesn't make sense when we're talking about Vanderbilt. They're not even close to the level of those other teams. I mean, the SEC has proven nobody in the SEC is close to the level of what the Big Ten is. I mean, it's been proven in the playoffs. The only games the SEC has won are against themselves and a G5 team.
Yeah. I have to say that I got caught listening to Vandy Chris and listening to his things and him making sense. But I knew on the Hawkeyes podcast when I was on there and I was making my pick that I was probably going to be wrong, because when we did our position by positions versus positions, we actually came across about 50% of each team. You know, it was basically strength against strength and weakness against weakness, and we just. You know, we are able to run the ball more than I thought. I said we'd have to air it out. We did pass more. That's the most yards that he's passed for all years. So I was right about that. We did pass quite a bit, but we were able to balance it with a nice, steady run game, which I didn't think we'd be able to do. But
no, Jason, no, you can't. No.
I got something to say.
Go say it.
It builds on top of what Dean was saying, because I was calling you a follower, just not to your face. I was saying it behind the scenes, because you also changed your pick with Vandy. It's like you listened to Vandy to Michigan beating Texas, and I died laughing. I was like, what the heck is Dean doing? Dean's admitting on my podcast I picked Texas. But on this one, Vandy, you're kind of right. So I'm going to change it to Michigan. It's like, what are you doing?
Well, he kept saying that Texas had no running backs.
Yeah.
You got to
I thought, well, how can a team without running backs possibly win a game if they can't run? Manning can't throw every down.
Dean, can I give you a piece of advice?
Don't listen to Vandy anymore.
No. It was going to be block Vandy.
I can't do that. We have too much fun going back and forth in our group chat.
You have fun with that bullshit?
Vandy is fun.
I mean, go back no, he is not. Yeah. You know, if you want to have a podcast that sits around and makes up stuff, go ahead, you know. But please don't have them on when I'm on, okay? So
yeah. Well, I think
I changed my prediction on the game, and Jason knows it, but On3 knows it on the thread. I picked 27-22 Iowa, and then I changed it after I heard the A&F podcast, and especially after I heard Doctorman. Doctorman said that they were the worst defense we were playing. He said they were like the ninth best defense we played this year. And I thought, what? He goes, Minnesota is just as good in the front seven, and we boat raced Minnesota. And he goes, and I guarantee you, Vandy does not have a Purich and a Nestor in the backfield. None of their guys are good tacklers like that. And I just thought, and he goes, if anybody gets boat raced, it will be Vandy. And I thought, what? Then I watched A&F said their defense was bad. A&F was wrong. They said their offensive line was okay, which it is not, but so I changed my prediction on 3. I went to 31-17. And I told Jason that in Messenger that 31-17 with Gronk. I had Gronk being the guy that really excelled in the game, but.
Yeah. But if you guys remember right, I asked you last week if Gronk would go over 200 yards passing this game, and you guys all put me down for even thinking it was possible. But anyway, go ahead, Paul.
I just want to say it may be worth considering that this Vanderbilt team, if you ask Colin Cowherd, they might be the fake ID of college football this year.
I believe you said that in our group chat, too.
Absolutely.
Only from the sense that, did I hear correctly that they only played like 2 of the 6 of the top 6 SEC teams? So, I mean, their win-loss record, I get it's the SEC, but it was a house of cards, and it came crashing down on them.
Yeah, no, it was. I agree.
Okay.
And the times that they actually did play the top teams, Alabama and Texas, they got beat.
And I don't want to make it out like I think Vandy's a bad team, because they're not.
Bad.
They could scare the hell out of you. They scared the hell out of our defensive backs, that's for sure. So
I don't think they would have been 10-2 with our schedule.
No, not even close. But
I think
I do want to go ahead, Dean. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I started.
I was just gonna. I don't know when we're gonna get into the game, and I just have thoughts about
anytime.
Andy's offense.
We're talking game right now, so whatever you want to add to it.
Because the only reason Pavia got off in the second half was because of Phil Parker's adjustments to a 21-3 lead. He came out in the same defense on the opening drive of the second half, and they shut down Vanderbilt. They kept the spy on him. That's why they were sacking. Sharar had 2 sacks while spying on Pavia. Well, then Iowa made the mistake of going up 21-3. They stopped spying Pavia and started just playing straight up coverage. And Pavia is going to destroy you when you play coverage. I think if Iowa stopped scoring, Vanderbilt would have stopped scoring because they would have went back to their first half defense that shut them down. You have to spy Pavia. And I was shocked that Sharar had the speed to actually spy him. Holy cow, I was so shocked by Sharar. Maybe I shouldn't have been.
He makes Jack Campbell look very unathletic.
I did not think, and that was one of my keys to the game, was getting Pavia to him and getting him on his back. I did not think we could actually do it. I was actually shocked. How many sacks did we get on him? 4 or 5?
5 total, but like all 5 or 4 of them were in the first half when they were spying him. And
I think Herkett had 2. Scherer had 3. Scherer. How do you say his name?
Had 2 that I know of. Scherer is
he had 2. I thought Herkett had 2 also because they were comparing the 2.
Each defensive end had at least 1. I kind of shared that one with Brian Allen. That Herkett got.
Yeah,
you're right. I forgot about that. Him and Brian Allen about knocked each other out on that. They crashed each other's helmets, and I thought, oh shit!
All that.
Yeah.
The thing I don't like about Iowa's second half defense is I don't know if it had anything to do with Phil Parker, but the safeties played crap. You should never give up. You should never give up 65, 75-yard passes. I don't care how long the guys have to play. That's why I hate to say it, but that's why one certain senior safety is not gonna. He's very athletic, but he just can't. He ain't
They
gonna
were
be
playing
drafted that high. He
close.
ain't gonna be drafted that high. Let's put it that way.
Maybe a
But
Wampa.
no, but when you give
I didn't.
but when you give Pavia time to throw, that's the difference. He didn't have that time to throw when they were spying him. Then they stopped spying him, and did you guys notice how he was running all over the place once they stopped spying him?
Yes.
That's when they started doing stuff. It's because Iowa went up 21-3, and then they do what they do, right? They go into this pass coverage, try to make you use the clock to score, but they had a one wide receiver that could get over the top of everybody. And because our safeties did not play deep enough, for whatever reason, Kelvin's got a point, but it also, when you give Pavia that kind of time, he's going to burn you. Like I said, in my opinion, he's the best quarterback in the country.
Yeah. Some people on Three Threads were mad at Jalen Watson and Hall on them long touchdown passes, and I'm like, are you stupid? A cornerback doesn't have to cover a guy for 60 yards. That's where your safeties come in. Cover two, it's called. And anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
it's cover 2 man under, and yes, X completely misjudged the post route touchdown.
And the Jalen Watson long one was not one where he went back there and was back there forever.
That one was right on the sideline. That one was right down the sideline where Watson got burnt, like at the line of scrimmage, and the safety couldn't get there in time. So that one, that was a tough play for the safety to get to as well, because it was right down the sideline, and Watson got burned right off the line. But the Hall one, I don't know what X was doing. He was so close. It's
the way he's played. It's the way he's played for 3 years. It's like he's great going forward and covering people and coming up and hitting people, but it's like he doesn't have a reverse. I was reading his draft profile today, and they just said, great athlete, can really come up and go forward. He just can't cover. Poor coverage.
So, does this mean he's a late round draft pick, or he's a unsigned free agent, or
he'll be drafted. They have him a third day. They have him and Hall being. If Hall had his athletic ability, Hall would be a second day guy or something. But
Hall did a great job yesterday. I thought. I got to
know?
give kudos to Hall. I mean, I've been on his butt for 3 years, and this year he showed up, man. He put the work in. Okay, guys, who is the MVP of this game? Was it Vaname or was it Gronkowski?
Can I ask you a question, Dean?
Yeah.
Paul, how long are you staying on tonight? Because I want you to have a chance to give answers to everything. Didn't you message that you were going to be off early or something?
Yeah, well, I was going to try to get out of here in the now, but we're just now getting into the football, so I'm going to try to answer a few.
So I'm going to shut up a little bit and let Paul answer questions. So,
Paul, go first.
Yep.
MVP of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's tough. I think I might go off the board a little and say I guess Von Hami. He's we just haven't had a guy have a game like that in so long.
Yeah. I'm so excited about our tight ends for next year. Oh my gosh. Between Meyer and him and Ostringa coming back. My God, we might end up having 3 tight end sets out there.
And the tight end from Iowa State.
Yeah, we ain't got him yet, so don't even talk about that.
Well, I don't think we're gonna. I think Kirk's too smart to spend money on things we don't need.
Right.
How about the kicker from Iowa State? But that's on. This is on here on later on in my podcast.
Well, Caker
talk about those.
kind of broke. I sent you Trent Condon's podcast today. Caker kind of broke the news. Iowa got a kicker.
Oh,
You know?
did they say who we got?
Well, yeah, everybody knows that the one we wanted. He says that it's a private done deal already. But the kicker from North Dakota State, Olick or whatever, led the nation in scoring for North Dakota State or something.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. All righty.
I'm a hunter gatherer.
Jason, Vanami or Gronowski or somebody else you're thinking about?
No, mine's Gronowski. Because like if this Gronowski showed up all year, I mean we would be in the playoffs. I don't know if he threw a bad pass the whole game. Like
The answer is no.
Yeah, like he was 16 of 22, and he did have some throwaways in there. Like I legit can't remember him missing a receiver. Like
the first pass of the game was high.
Somebody dropped it.
Yeah.
Who dropped it? He threw it
was
sideways and somebody dropped it.
It was Weech.
Yes. Yeah, he dropped it or it was tipped.
It
And
was
then
just way high.
the interception was a touchdown.
Yeah.
But they threw it to a running back, and I don't believe Williams has great hands. I'm not sure why he was even out there.
Williams, according to Lester, Williams got the best hands of any running back, but that ball might have had a little extra juice on it. But
Okay.
It did. It was humming
It
in
did.
there. But
I mean, he just like threw that like 100 miles an hour point blank range. I mean, there was. Why didn't they run it? Why didn't they run it in?
That's a huge question.
Because they're stupid.
Yeah.
I can't believe you would call your Hawkeye stupid, Calvin.
It was stupid. I was yelling at the TV before they snapped the ball. Gronowski, run it. Because I had this feeling, people that played football with me and the people I coached know that sometimes I know what's going to happen before it happens. And I just knew they were going to pull an Iowa State from 2 years ago and Lester was going to throw the ball. Yeah.
Well, I don't mind the play call. I mean,
it was
Williams
there.
Was open.
Yeah.
The ball, I mean, it was catchable. It just bad luck.
Yeah, we don't run an air raid offense. Run the goddamn ball. You know, Gronk has. If we'd have ran the ball, Gronk would have broke Denard Robinson's record. But
would be my best friend. My best. You're just talking like his. The whole time I was getting messages. Why didn't we run the ball? Like he's all about running the ball. Like he's the one
I was saying that before we ran the play. I knew we were going to throw the ball. I thought, Jesus, come on. With this.
Dean,
I'm going to change. But anyway, two of Gronowski's balls. He threw a good ball to Vanderzee that the defensive back made a great play and knocked it out of his hands. And then also Myers, who some of these guys are christening as the next great tight end or whatever. He dropped a ball, so you know.
He did drop.
All right, guys.
Okay, Paul. Wait, hold on.
I'm going to ask this next question. I want Paul to answer first.
Wait, I didn't get to answer the question.
Oh,
shit.
Okay, go for it.
Well, I didn't. I said, Paul. I want Paul to talk, and then you guys went around the table. Mine's Gronk, because if you watch the whole game, Vanami is a terrible blocker.
Yeah.
He is bad, and the PFF scores showed it. You know, hopefully another year he'll get better. He's like Laporta was as a blocker to begin with, and because they were both wide, they were never tight ends and blockers in high school. Laporta was a wide receiver, you know, and he'll get better. But boy, did we miss Large blocking.
No,
you know, Large come in for two quarterback sneaks, and that's it.
Yeah.
So
I because Large pushed him into the end zone.
I think Paul's got something, Dean.
No, I'm good.
I'm good. I'm going to ask this next question. I want Paul to answer first. I forgot what the question was, guys. Paul.
Was it
In the whole game, what was your favorite play of the whole game?
Favorite play. Probably that the scramble on the first drive.
Yeah, that was a good play.
The Gronk scramble.
Yeah. I think that set the tone for it. I think that really set the tone for our offense. Okay.
And on top of it, they compounded it with a personal foul penalty. And I mean, it was just, I think from that moment on, they realized, oh crap, we're in for a game here.
Yeah. I do want to say something about that play. Yes, did somebody try to tackle him? Yes, but he wasn't even close to getting to Gronk and putting him on the ground. He basically made a whiff at him, and Gronowski just stepped away from it and scrambled away. But a certain somebody kept saying that should have been a sack. That should have been a sack. That should have been a sack. I didn't see it that way myself, but that's just what it is.
That certain somebody, you should block him.
Jason, what was the play of the game for you that you enjoyed most, that you'd like to watch again on a highlight?
The Vanami catch on third down, or no, it was second down, but he caught it. It was like a foot off the ground, and then he turned and he got tripped, and he put his hand down. He's so athletic that he was able to get his body up, and his big old body. He's got a big old body, and he was running. He's fast for a tight end as well, I believe. That's my favorite play because he went down, he caught it with his hands, and then he turned, and the guy who was defending him, tripped him, almost tripped him up, but it was his athletic ability that kept him able to go upright and just sprint down the middle of the field.
I saw him put his hand down. I said, "Thank God the ball or his knee didn't touch."
Yeah.
There ain't many tight ends that make play like that.
Yeah.
Kelvin, what's your highlight play of the day?
He just picked it.
Okay.
Jason did. That was my play of the game. But now I'll go with the most miraculous play, and the strongest guy on the team made it. I'll switch over to this play. Gronowski getting that fumble back. That guy has to be the strongest guy on the team. I can't think of anybody else that could have reached in there and pulled it away from that guy with all his body weight on it and everything. It was like the hand of God reached in.
To your point, Kelvin, that
won the game. In
a season where the ball just did not bounce our way when we needed it to. Finally, we had a little luck go our way.
I'll say something right now. That was not luck.
Yeah.
That was not luck. That was Mark Gronowski. He was like a Dan Gable wrestler. Yeah. You talk about, he's my hero. And that game, that won the game. You guys can say that we dominated them and all that shit, but boy, I mean, that game could have turned like that. Anyway, that's my pick.
I got my pick of the game is the Wigan pin play. That's known as the flea flicker, I guess. But Lester in his interview said something about it was called the Wigan pin, so that's what it is. It'll always be Wigan pin to me.
That was
a great play, great touchdown, great strike on it.
The best pizza in Iowa City.
I've had it, but I had it in Ankeny.
Yep.
Yes, I agree with you on that. Their pizza's really good. So that would have been my moment of the game that I enjoyed the most, that had me out of my seats. But I think the biggest thing I took away from this game is every time Vanderbilt scored, we came back and scored too. I think we only had a 3-and-out one time in the middle of that, if I believe so. I can't remember for sure, but But we just kept scoring, and we kept moving the ball. And we kept getting the ball in not too bad a field position, but we did have a couple of long drives, which, normally if Iowa has to start on their own 20 or something, that it doesn't usually end well for Iowa.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Vanderbilt ever got the ball and with the chance to take the lead or even tie it. I don't believe they ever had, like, if they go down and score here, they're going to tie it or take the lead. I don't think they ever had that.
Well, they did. They obviously did. I mean, when it was 7-0, and it stayed 7-0 for a long time. Vanderbilt had.
Yeah.
Did they ever tie that up at 7?
No.
Okay.
They only scored
14.
I think we were up 14-0, and then they scored 3 points, I think.
But we were ahead 21-7, was it?
3.
No, 21-3.
Was that our
half
half
score? Was 14?
We got that 21 on about the last play of the half.
No, I think it was 14-3
at
the half.
Okay.
I could tell you. It was 14-3 at the half, and then we shut them down, made them go 3 and out in the first drive of the second half. Then we got the ball. Then we scored a touchdown to go 21-3, and then that's when Parker changed the defense, and we gave up all the points.
Was 21-3? Was 21-3 the Wigan Penn play?
Yes.
Yeah. We punted. They punted to Wetjen, and Wetjen actually got to return it like 12 yards to the 46.
Yeah. They did keep him under. They did keep him pretty well under wraps all day, though.
But that's why
I was so pissed when he let that punt hit the ground.
What about the one that they? What about the play? I mean, that set up a touchdown for us, where the kicker decided to run with it, and then at the last second, as he crosses the line of scrimmage, he decides, "I better kick it."
Well, no, he was doing that the whole game, though. That's how they shut Wetjen down for the most part. That's what he did. He would run closer to the line of scrimmage if we didn't rush him to give his defense
time to get set up,
more time to get down there to get Wetjen. So that was their big game plan. But that one time when it was 4th and 27, holy cow, they set up a huge return. Nobody close to the line of scrimmage. Who knows how far the punter could have ran?
I never seen that play before in my life.
Same.
Yep, and the only guy on the staff that knew what the penalty for that was Phil Parker's boy, who was up in the booth, and he called down to Seth. Seth stands by Kirk most of the game, and Seth come over and goes, I can't remember what Parker's boy is name. I'll just say his name's Ty or something. He says, Ty says this is our ball right there. And they were so impressed that Phil's boy knew the rule, but
well, it's okay. He's raised by a good man who knows his football.
yeah, maybe Kirk raised him.
There you go.
Alrighty. I'm going to avoid doing any stats. We don't need to do any stats on this game. We're just enjoying talking about the win and everything. But but it was 34-24 at one point. They went down, and on second down, they decided with about 3 minutes left, I believe, to kick the field goal. Had you guys ever seen that before? That's the first time I've seen. Usually they try to get the touchdown first, and then on 4th down they kick the field goal. But
see it in the NFL quite a bit, where a team is down by 10, they kick a field goal, and then they try an onside kick.
That's why
that was a great play by Vandersea on that pooch kick too.
Oh yeah. Now I got a question for you guys on that. Anybody can answer. I'm gonna let Paul answer if he knows the answer because he doesn't talk much. On that pooch kick, was that a live ball that if Vanderbilt had got to the ball, they could have downed it right there themselves?
Absolutely. It's once the ball goes 10 yards, it's live, period. It doesn't have to be touched.
So can I ask a question then? I guess help me out here because sometimes I'm
hold on.
ignorant.
Let me tell you. Yeah. Hold on. This is the exact reason why KJ lost his kick return duties at Pittsburgh. This play right here, you're about to find out the answer to. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead with your
And
stuff.
Wetchen made the big mistake, not fielding that kickoff. What game was that? USC?
Nebraska game.
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
My gosh, if we ever get through a special teams game this year where we don't screw up, it's like.
Go ahead, Dean. Go ahead, Dean.
No. I just realized the question I was about to ask is kind of stupid. So anyway, just go ahead and give me the answer to KJ.
And we saw
KJ
it last.
losing his job.
We saw it last night where Mississippi was so stupid. There's like
But
1 second.
They won.
1 second to go. 1 second to go. But that was so stupid. 1 second to go. So Georgia onside kicks and Mississippi don't even try falling on the ball.
Okay.
No,
Again,
isn't that the play where they Georgia tried to lateral it backwards and ended up the ball hit the pylon for a
safety.
Yeah, it was the kickoff after that safety. All Mississippi had to do was to pick up the ball or fall on it, and no, they didn't do it on the onside kick. So then we had to sit around for 5 minutes waiting for them to clear the field again, and one last play, and then Georgia runs a play that literally took 25 seconds to run with a bunch of laterals, to end the game. But,
well, they always do. Well, when you're down like that and you know that you got to keep it going lateral. But I'm going to be honest. I turned the game off because I thought it was over.
Me too.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Do you want me to explain the KJ thing?
Yes, please.
It was exactly what you just asked Paul. Somebody kicked off to Pittsburgh. The ball, KJ just let the ball roll into the end zone and he just started jogging to the sideline and left the ball in the middle of the end zone. The other team recovered it for a touchdown because KJ thought that was it. The play was dead. But no, they ran all the way down the field and jumped on the ball and got a free touchdown, and KJ never returned another kickoff again.
There you go.
I think, he makes a mistake once. I guarantee he'll never do that again.
Well, right, but he should know.
He'll never get back on the field. That's why.
Can you guys imagine if we could have kept him this year at Iowa?
He's the Amir Smith-Marset of running backs at Iowa. So that's why Amir Smith-Marset isn't allowed to play in the NFL because he keeps screwing up all the time. He was so much more talented than anybody else at Iowa. Yeah, he'd screw up, have a bad penalty, do a head flip and break his ankle going into a touchdown.
You mean in that snowstorm game against Wisconsin?
But he was so talented that Kirk. Well, we ain't gonna bench him, But you get in the NFL, everybody's as talented as you are, and if you make mistakes, you won't plan.
Well, that's the thing. What I was going to say, Dino, the reason why they're rough on him because when you're in the NFL, they expect you to know the rules of your position. He should have known that that's a live ball. I mean, we all know it. Paul knew the question right away, the answer. I mean, that's just something if you've watched football for however long, that that's a live ball. So, I mean, they just expected KJ, wait, you didn't know that rule? What before he was returning kicks? So, I mean, that's why he didn't get another chance yet anyway. Maybe next year.
Okay. So here's my question on this one then. A lot of times the ball gets kicked over the head of somebody in the end zone and they just let it drop and roll dead, and then they don't even bother to catch it. Or is it maybe it's out of the end zone when they do that. I don't know.
If it lands in the end zone, you don't have to touch it.
In college.
But apparently in the NFL you do.
In the NFL you do. It's a live ball. The ball has to go through the end zone. Obviously, when it goes out of bounds, the play's dead.
But Caleb's kickoff did not land in the end zone. It landed on like the 3-yard line or something and bounced in. And he just walks away from it like.
Yeah, and he just walked away from it. Yeah. And he got his butt chewed, and then they put Gainwell out there, the other running back, to return kicks, and Gainwell was returning kicks all year now. KG barely saw any time after that.
So did Pittsburgh lose that game?
I don't remember, but they're going to be in the playoffs if they win this weekend. So
okay, it's a win and get in for them
against the Ravens. Yeah.
I'm looking forward
Paul's
to tomorrow
Jaguars
night.
are already in.
Yeah, the Niners in Seattle going for the number 1 seed in the NFC tomorrow night. I can't wait for that game. That's going to be a great game.
Hey guys, I got kudos on the internet today because they asked all the NFL coaches this question: what head coach in the NFL has more rushing yards than Bo Jackson? And none of the coaches could get it. And I typed in there, I said, and John Harbaugh couldn't get it. And I put in Jim Harbaugh. That was the answer.
So John didn't even know it was his brother.
No, when they told him, he goes, am I stupid or what? He goes,
He should have known that.
It's funny.
Okay. Michael Morton says that X will definitely get drafted.
I think so too, but not very early.
He's a second day. To me, he's a second day pick, but we'll find out.
Yeah. So, guys, I also wanted to go over and just kind of recap the season overall, but how about we do that on Sunday night show and just have a little more space out, and that way I don't feel rushed.
I know your agenda you had. How's this team compare to Kirk's other teams? How does the O-line compare to Kirk's other O-lines and stuff? You had those questions out there.
Let's go ahead and answer them. First of all, I saw this somewhere on the internet. And actually I told Jason I wanted to discuss it tonight. Where does Gronk rate with Kirk's other quarterbacks over the years? Jason said it was a good discussion. So, Jason, give me your answer first.
I don't really have an answer, and that's what I was trying to tell you guys in the chat. You know, we have a bunch of people in that chat. That's something you really got to talk about and discuss. That's why I put in the chat. That's a good discussion.
Oh, okay.
Because going back, like I can't just say, "Oh, I got him number 3, number 4."
Yeah.
Because you got to really think about it. Because you know who my number 1's gonna be, right? I have my number Chandler. 1 down.
Nate Stanley's your number 1. I'm sorry.
Everybody's gonna pick Brad Banks. I mean,
most people probably will.
I know Jason's gonna pick Marco Linez second.
Yeah.
Did he ever play a game for Iowa? I can't remember. Oh yeah, he did.
By the way, his teammate, ain't he at Elon?
Yeah, he got hurt. He's been out all year.
I know, but his teammate, All-American defensive ends, visiting Iowa in the transfer portal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we didn't get to talk about the transfer portal either.
Let's do that. I think we got to.
Let's do it Sunday night. And there'll be more news. There'll be more news.
Yeah.
Okay, Paul,
I tried to remember all this shit. Yeah.
Okay, Paul, give me your what do you think Gronk ranks among the Kirk quarterbacks?
I have him probably 3rd, and a lot of that is just we didn't have him long enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, he was a 1-year wonder, just like Brad Banks was.
Right. I mean, I have him, for me, my takes, I have him behind Beathard and I have him behind Tate.
Okay.
I mean, he's a winner. So Paul's actually picking the winners, right? The guys who are winners that can lead them down in the 4th quarter and win games. All those people, every one of those people that Paul just picked were gamers that they could take the team down and win the game in the 4th quarter. That's kind of interesting how he picks the same style to me.
But he's in that category. He skipped Brad Banks.
I don't know. Is Brad Banks in there in that one? Because
did
they have close game?
He led us back in key moments against Purdue and Penn State. And I mean, those were 2 teams that were ranked in the top 5 when he did it. You know.
Was the Purdue game was a 4th down pass to
So to me, I don't consider
Dallas
him doing
Clark?
that against Purdue, I guess.
And
Because
he had
against
that,
Purdue,
and he had that long run against Purdue, kind of a la Gronk.
right.
know.
We also had a punt return for a touchdown, a blocked field goal return for a touchdown. The offense didn't score all those points in that game.
No, but I'm saying he led us back
by
like
the
a
way,
winner,
guys,
like a winner does,
here for a
and he
second.
did against Penn State in
Paul's
overtime too.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I guess a little bit of breaking news, but not surprising. Jazz Patterson has entered the portal.
Okay.
Your favorite dude. I mean, it makes sense, right? Because he's not
It
going to
makes
get on
sense
the
for him. It
field.
really does.
Because
It
he's
does,
a
'cause-
blocker. Like he's a blocking running back, but he's not going to get a whole lot of playing time at
You
running.
guys, I was
football.
looking at his stats today. You realize he's only had 98 yards rushing all year total?
Yeah, but he probably
Yeah.
did that on about 20 carries. I mean, he did.
Yeah.
But
I'm
is
gonna
there-
actually miss his style because it was kind of a power style right through the heart of the line.
Is he the only one into the portal since we started the show?
He's the only one I got an update from.
No, we have 5, 2 walk-ons, Kalarick and Stratton, and then 2 running backs, Washington and Patterson, and then the kicker, punter Dakin.
There we go.
That's the 5 I know.
That
So-
Kalarick, though, I mean, honestly, I was kind of hoping he'd stick around. I thought he had a place in the starting lineup next year.
He had a shot at starting, but I think the coaches were honest with him. He's a great athlete. He was one of the best running backs you ever seen in high school. And but I think the coaches told him, because 2 of our big portal guys that are visiting are safeties, and both of them are all Americans. And the coaches probably told him, "Hey, we're bringing in 2 more. So if you want to play your last year in college, it's like Jazz Patterson. Better go play. Like a LaShawn Williams did or something. You get to your final year of college, you better go." The coaches tell you, "Well, we don't know if you're going to. We can't tell you you're going to start." So they go play someplace else.
Okay, so I forgot what we were talking about. What
We're
question?
picking our quarterbacks, Jason.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick mine next because I've been asking you guys these questions and I haven't even given you my answers to myself.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna put Gronk up there in the top 4 or 5, and that would include Banks and Beathard as well. Nate Stanley, I think, has to be included in there. I know that a lot of people are down on him. And then Gronk. I know that if Gronk could have been healthy all year, imagine what he could have done for us, And it's just like he didn't need to pass that much. I mean, he passed when he needed to. And I thought he was, what was he, over 60% when he was passing after his rough start?
He was 65. I mean, he ended the year at like 65, didn't he?
Yeah,
He
something
was
like
at
that.
65 going into the last game, and he must have been at 70 something this last game.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dean. Finish.
No, I got it. I just want to know where you would put Gronk in your lineup if you would.
And I don't understand the comment that people are down on Stanley. He's not in my top 5 quarterbacks for Kirk, but Jiminy Christmas. Kirk's been coach for 26 years.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about Stanzi too. Stanzi would be
The
in
only
that
reason
category.
I don't have Stanley in my top 4 is because of he wasn't the most accurate passer. That's the only reason.
But he sure racked up a lot of yards for a guy who wasn't accurate.
Well, yeah, he sure threw the ball a lot. Brian threw the ball more than any other OC as long as he had no offensive line. But to me, Banks is head and shoulders. I know he's a 1-year guy, but
Gronk's 1 year. If you want to compare him head to head.
I'd put Gronk about 3rd because there's no way he's anywhere near what Banks was.
Right.
But they're very, very similar, similar in the way they win. And I'd probably put Beathard number 2 because he's a winner. That year he had in 2015 with that sports hernia all year, You talk
Hello.
about the toughest guy that ever played quarterback at Iowa.
Thank you.
You know. But anyway, I'm done.
Yeah,
Okay.
guys, I got to
So
call it a night.
let's do this. Paul, where does this year's O line, the Joe Moore Award winners, rank in Kirk's all-time O lines? Just thinking of this year only. Don't look back on their previous history.
I mean, I'd probably have them behind the 2002 O line. They would have won the award that year if the award existed.
Yeah.
Yeah. They said
I agree.
Iowa won it
Everyone
twice.
is
What other
those-
year did Iowa win the Joe Moore Award? They said that was their
2016.
second.
2016 when Brian was their coach.
Okay, cool.
Yes, that's why a lot they used the excuse for that to make Brian the OC in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
He won the Joe Moore Award. I mean, everywhere he coached, though, he coached the tight ends. They were great. But yeah, anyway, that doesn't matter. We gotta go. We gotta get off.
I'd put this line and the 0-2 line. You know, I keep telling myself, you know, the 0-2 line had 3 great NFL prospects, but I got to also tell myself that all 5 of these guys are going to play NFL a long time. So I'd put them even, you know.
Yeah, 146 yards for Van Aming. Great game. One of the best games by a tight end in a long time.
Yeah.
The only game better was Marv Cook's 157 in the Ohio State game.
There we go.
Okay, guys, we're going to get out of here. Guys, I appreciate your thing. Guys, come back for Sunday night. We'll do a whole season wrap up and just talk about the whole season as a whole. And wherever else the show leads, probably a not men's wrap up, but women play again. I don't know when they play. Never mind.
Tuesday,
But Sunday,
I think.
I don't think we'll have any basketball to talk about.
We'll have the Iowa
the
UCLA
men.
game.
Yeah, the men. I'm confused. All right, guys, if you haven't already done it, hit the subscribe button. We did cross the 600 barrier, so I'm going to get together with these guys and make a random choice on who we're going to pick for our winner, and then I will talk to that person and specifically get sizes and stuff and send out a T-shirt.
Sweet.
To them. Okay. And not one of
All
my
right.
T-shirts. Not one of my T-shirts. But we're going to get out of here, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Just keep watching, keep sharing, keep liking, and thanks for being a Hawkeyes, guys. Bye.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.